Thousands of reviews have already covered the 2027 BMW 3 Series, but the real question isn't simply what BMW has changed. It's whether BMW is updating the 3 Series, or changing what the 3 Series actually stands for. And the biggest story may not be the changes you notice immediately. It may be in the smaller details, the decisions that reveal where BMW wants to take its most important sports sedan next. Start at the front, because that's where the new personality becomes immediately visible. It's familiar enough to be recognizable as a 3 Series, but different enough to make you look twice. The kidney grille has been reshaped with a cleaner, more integrated look. Instead of overpowering everything, it works with the surrounding surfaces to create a cohesive face. Below it, the sculpted bumper gives the car a lower and wider stance. It looks more planted without feeling aggressive for the sake of it. Then there are the slim LED headlights. In daylight, they sharpen the design. At night, their signature becomes the car's identity before you even recognize the badge. And that's important, because a good BMW design doesn't beg for attention, it earns it naturally. Move around to the side and that story continues in the proportions. The classic sports sedan silhouette is still there. Pay attention to the shoulder line, to the roof as it flows to the rear, and to how each surface guides your eye along the car. Nothing feels accidental. Even the mirrors are functional design elements helping air move cleanly around the body. The multi-spoke wheels add a premium feel without overpowering the design, while a sportier wheel and package can give the same car a sharper edge. That ability to carry different personalities while staying true to itself has always been one of the 3 Series' greatest strengths. Now look at the rear. BMW has given the car a cleaner and more confident finish. The wider LED taillights emphasize stance and presence, especially when the lighting signature comes alive. The bumper avoids unnecessary drama, which makes the overall effect feel more mature. Stand back and take in the front, side, and rear together, and you can see the point. Instead of chasing attention from every angle, BMW wants the whole design to feel resolved. But design is only half the story. Open the driver's door, and the next phase of BMW evolution becomes obvious. First impression, contrast. Light upholstery, darker upper surfaces, subtle metallic trim, and a cabin that still feels focused on the driver. The curved digital cockpit is the centerpiece, blending the driver display and the infotainment into a single flowing unit, but a premium cabin can't be just a big screen. Technology has to be a part of the overall architecture, not a replacement for it. That's where material quality, seating position, and driving ergonomics matter. The supportive front seats continue that feeling, while the rear introduces a unique layout with 2 individual seating positions, divided by a full-length center console that extends from the front all the way into the rear. It feels distinctive, something clearly intentional. Technology then becomes less about wow factor on day one and more about living with the car every day. Wireless connectivity, voice control, navigation, media, it's not about how many features exist, it's about how naturally they fit together. And that extends beyond the car itself, with connected services that put certain functions on your phone. Parking assistance comes into play here as well. In tight city environments, where intelligent camera and sensor systems can reduce stress. But eventually, none of that defines a 3 Series. Because the road opens up, and you start to drive. Efficiency and electrification are shaping the future of cars like the 3 Series, and that's inevitable. But the more important question is what survives that transition. Horsepower figures alone never made this car legendary. There have always been faster cars. What mattered was how a 3 Series felt when the road began to twist, how the steering spoke to you, how the chassis responded, and how connected you felt to the car. And that's what has to be protected. Technology can evolve, powertrains can change, interiors can become more digital. But if that sense of connection disappears, then something fundamental is gone. Modern safety systems and driver assistance definitely have a place. The best systems help quietly and add confidence without removing you from the experience. So, has BMW evolved the 2027 3 Series without losing what made it special? Looking at the design, the interior, the tech, the everyday usability, and the driving philosophy, it feels like BMW is trying to balance progress with tradition. Whether it succeeds is something each driver will answer for themselves. And now the final question is yours. If it were your money, would you take home the 2027 BMW 3 Series? Or would you go for the Mercedes-Benz C-Class or the Audi A5? Let me know in the comments, and more importantly, tell me why.